Hi everyone on YouTube and all the NFL YouTube prognosticators and football fans everywhere. This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my thoughts about Week 18 and my picks for the 2025-2026 wildcard predictions. Check it out. Well, the regular season is done. The playoffs is here. We all know who's in. We all know who's out. As of right now, what happened last week, Tampa Bay got the win, but nevertheless, they didn't get the playoffs. I mean, they got a little help in the refs, I'll give them that. But the team that didn't help them to win, that's why they're not in the playoffs. Seattle and San Francisco, Seattle just dominated on defense. They got the number one seed because of that. Atlanta and New Orleans, because of that, Atlanta won. Now that Carolina's in the seat for in the playoffs, and now Tampa Bay's home, watching the playoffs at home. So that's the reason why Tampa Bay didn't make it in. One of the two biggest collapses this year. I'll get the other one in a bit. Then Cincinnati is in Cleveland. Then Cincinnati didn't have any answers. Maybe they'll get some help for Joe Burrow on the offensive line. Giants and the Dallas Cowboys, they've all played for fun. Giants showed up. Minnesota and Green Bay, Minnesota got the win. Gets them a little bit of an edge on Green Bay's part. We'll see. Houston and Indianapolis, close call for Houston, but they hold on to the win. I think they pulled their players out a little bit early, but hey, it is what it is. Jacksonville and Tennessee, Jacksonville got the division. Congrats on them. Kansas City and Las Vegas, despite Vegas getting the win, they still got the number one seed in the draft. Chicago and Detroit, Detroit got a little bit of momentum on their side on their last game of the year. Maybe they'll get back in the playoffs next year. We'll have to wait and see. Chargers in Denver, Chargers has benched everybody. Well, I understand about Justin Herbert, he got a broken hand. He's questionable. We'll have to wait and see. My Patriots and the Dolphins. Well, I'll get the props when it's props due to my Patriots. They were one of the worst teams in the league last year. They did not make the playoffs. They weren't even thinking about the playoffs. All of a sudden, just like that, they turned things around from a 4-13 to a 14-3 overall in the year. I'm really proud of them this year. I will say this: I don't care if they win the Super Bowl or not. That's a great accomplishment right there. To that, Mike Vrabel should get Coach of the Year. Possibly Drake May MVP. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Buffalo and the Jets. Buffalo did Buffalo things. That's all it did. The LA Rams in Arizona. The LA Rams still hanged on. Still a little edge in the playoffs with them. Pittsburgh and Baltimore. I gotta say, congrats on Pittsburgh winning the division. But that was just a wild ending on both sides. Both kickers missed the extra field goal. Pittsburgh missed the extra point. And, of course, the Ravens missed the game winner right then and there. Now the Ravens watch from home. Pittsburgh is going to the playoffs. There might be some change going on there. But John Harbaugh didn't get the boot on Monday. So we'll have to see what the upcoming weeks on that return will be. But that was just a wild ending of wild endings to end the Week 18 in the last game of the regular season right then and there. Unbelievable. But hey, like I said, straight up I went 11-5. Get spread a little bit better, 5-9-2. Over and under, 1-3. And overall in the year, I went 163-86-1 overall in the regular season. 106, 118, 114 overall in the year. Had a little bit of a comeback there, but not enough. But over and under, came back from that, came to the 500 mark on that one. Let's hope I can get at least over the 500 mark on the over and unders on the playoffs. Let's hope. Till then, that's my thoughts about Week 18. Let's get on to my Week 18 picks. Okay, getting over the wild card picks this week. We're going to kick things off on the Saturday games with the Rams and let me see. Panthers and Rams. The Panthers are coming in as a 10-point underdog on this one. This could be a very, very, very interesting fight. So interesting, that possibility, something's going to happen. And call me crazy about this, I'm actually liking the underdog on this one. Yes, you heard me. If there's going to be one upset this week, I think it's going to come down to this game. Because this game's kind of remind me of Seattle and New Orleans with the Beastquake game. It's kind of similar to that kind of mode, what I mean for the Panthers standpoint. As for the Rams, they've been there before. This is nothing new, but they're on a slump lately. They're so bad on a slump that even if I wanted to pick the Rams to win, I don't know if I can trust that line on that one. So, but I will give the Rams this. Defensively, they've been playing solid games. I want to pick the upset in this one, but I'm not going to pick the upset in this one. But I will give the Rams over the Carolina Panthers to win this game. On the line, the Rams are 10.5 point favorites in this game, but I will give Carolina the doubt right here. I'm going to take Carolina plus 10.5. Over and under, it's 46. I'm going to go over 46 in this game. The Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Yes, if I'm going to pick one, this is going to be a really interesting one. This is a pickup. Looks like it could be a pick-em game, but it's not. But for this game, another classic division rival for the playoffs. First time those two teams met in the playoffs was, I believe, was the 2010 NFC Championship game when Green Bay won them. They won the Super Bowl that year with Aaron Rodgers. Time travel 15 years later. They meet again in the wild card round at the same distance in Chicago. This game around is going to be a lot different. I like Green Bay. I like Jordan Love, but they haven't played. Jordan Love didn't play that much. That's going to really affect Green Bay a little bit. So I'm going to take the Chicago Bears over the Green Bay Packers to win this game. As an upset. If I got to pick one upset, this is it. I'm going to take Chicago over Green Bay to win this game. On the line, Green Bay is on 1.5 point favorites in this game. I'm going to take Chicago plus 1.5. Over and under, it's 45. I'm going to go over 45.5 in this game. Under 45, excuse me. The Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, number 3 Jacksonville and number 6 Buffalo. Jacksonville got the division. They get the home crowd. But this is going to be, I think this is the much more bigger game. If I can pick one game that's bigger than anything other games this week, it's these two teams right there. Buffalo needs to win to show there's no Josh Allen. There's no Patrick Mahomes. There's no Cincinnati Bengals. There's no Joe Burrow in the playoffs. They got an open field right there. But now you're facing Trevor Lawrence at home in the game on this one. Now Buffalo hasn't been Buffalo this year. That's kind of a little bit of a tight, dicey situation right here. But to say the least out of it, it's not going to be your average game on this one. I like how Jacksonville has been playing lately. I've been liking them so good, that I might pick them as an upset in this one as well. Because despite being the home dog, I'm picking Jacksonville over at Buffalo to win this game in Jacksonville. On the line, Buffalo is favored by 1.5 point favorite in this game. I'm going to take Jacksonville plus 1.5. Over and under is 51. I'm going to go over 51 in this game. I think it's going to be a shootout with this one. But the reason being is I think Buffalo is going to have a hard time stopping the run. That's what been their problem all year. And I know they've been playing from behind the last games on that. That's going to really haunt them. It hurt them, then cost them the AFC East. Might haunt them again this time around. So I'm going to take Jacksonville over Buffalo. Jacksonville plus 1.5 over 51. The San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The rematch of the NFC Championship game last year. Well, a couple years ago. Somewhere like that. Somewhere right in that range or something like that. No, I think it was a few years ago when Kansas City beat Philadelphia in the Super Bowl. Now, fast forward, a few years later, they meet again in the wild card round. As the number 3 seed and the number 6 seed, respectively. Philadelphia won in their second straight NFC East crown. San Francisco have been banging around injuries. That's the key on that one. I think they have some players coming back. They're going to be a little bit rusty on that edge on that one. But despite playing in this one, it's in Philadelphia. I actually like Philadelphia over San Francisco to win this game. On the line, Philadelphia is favored by 3.5 in this game. I'm going to take Philadelphia minus 3.5. Over and under is 46. I'm going to go over 46.5 in this game. My New England Patriots is number 2, and the the LA Chargers is number 7. Now for this game, this is going to be the most exciting time in the Sunday night game. Probably the last game on the Sunday nighter. And this is an 8 o'clock game on NBC. Tuning in, letting you know. Anyways, for this game, both teams are a little bit fired up. And my Patriots are probably the most surprising out of all of them. This one, everyone expected to be like an 8-9 team and not make the playoffs and do fine. Nobody expected this. My Patriots are in the top 10 in defense, top 10 in the offense, and even the special teams are in the top 15, I think, top 10 or something like that. Despite that, they've been playing well as a team, letting alone relying on one person. That's going to be the key momentum. And I think the way the Chargers did, and they haven't played anyone in this one, that is such a bad move on there. I don't really think it works. You got to play at least a few snaps and then bench them. That's what the Patriots did last week. Continuing on, it's in New England and Foxborough. I think that my Patriots got the division, first time since 2019, and they're looking for their first playoff win since the Super Bowl 53. Out of respect them and out of that, their last Super Bowl run. So everything's going to come down to this one. I think Robert Kraft has said one thing has been bothering him mostly will not want a playoff game. This is the month to do that. So they have one success out of that. Very impressive that. Get a playoff win. Very more impressive because everyone says they have an easy schedule, blah, 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 which to me, I don't believe in easy and hard schedules. You win, you win. You lose. That's it. Continuing on with that. This game has to be one of the most important games for Robert Kraft's career right now. This will be the first playoff win without Tom Brady. Could be the first playoff win without Bill Belichick. This is momentum right there. And despite that, I like my Patriots to win at home over the LA Chargers in this game, despite the weather advantage that may be happening, because there could be a cold front coming in. On the line, my Patriots are 3.5-point favorites this game. I'm going to take my Patriots minus 3.5. Over and under is 45.5. I might hedge my bets. I'm going to go, why not? I'm going to go over 45.5 for this game. And for Monday night, the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, for this game's going to come down to defense. That's all I'm going to come down to. And I think that's Houston's favorite as the advantage right there. And despite that, I'm going to take the Houston Texans over the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game in Pittsburgh. On the line, the Houston Texans are favored by 3 in this game. I'm going to take Houston minus 3. Over and under is 39.5. That's too low. I think it's going to go higher than that. So I'm going to take over 39.5 in this game. All right, big shout out this week is my good old buddy, Half Moon Picks, because he just celebrated his birthday around New Year's. Happy belated birthday to Half Moon right there. Check him out and the rest of the NFL YouTube prognosticator page in the description down below right here. And while you're at it, no soap this week, but I do have an interesting cologne to check out. Very underrated, but you got to get it quickly. Check out Dunhill. Oh, excuse me, right there. Oh, excuse me. Here we go. Dunhill Egyptian Smoke. Yeah, check this cologne out. It's really good. Smells nice. It'll last all day. One spray can last you like a long time. It's an odor parfum on this one. So I'll take it out and you know the name of it. Egyptian Smoke right there. If you can see it right there and let the camera do its thing. You can barely see that. But anyways, but definitely check this cologne out. But the reason why I say get it quickly, because they got a Dunhill from London. They got a new contract with a new perfumer. They might get rid of some of the ones they have. So get it quickly. I'll put the link down in the description down below right here. You can get this online only. Made a little bit of a dent right there, and it smells really nice. It's been my scent for so far of the year in the winter time, but definitely a good winter scent too. And I got so many compliments on that. I'm looking for compliments, but hey, if I get it, I get it. And in a few sprays, it lasts all day. So it's one of those days you can smell all day and you still feel nice. So definitely check this out right here. Till then, this is Andrew Warren signing off saying, rock out and eat your breakfast.